Well, Expansive Worlds just dropped a Great One bomb on us here, just casually throwing out this image of the brand new Great One coming in just a couple days, October 21st update. Looks to me like a Great One greywolf. They didn't label that anywhere, but unless they're redoing the Iberian wolves, that is what we're looking at. So we get to see all the variations here. It's more of like a concept art kind of thing, but oh my goodness, there's some really cool stuff here. So we're just gonna dive in. I don't know if there's any other images. I didn't find anything else, so I think it is just this. But we might as well start with the one in the top left. And to me, like, I really like this thing. It gives me Far Cry Primal saber-toothed tiger vibes. Like, there's some really cool ones in here, don't get me wrong, but at first glance, that's the one that I really want to get. I love how they did that, like the darker mane, of course the stripes towards the hind end of it, the legs, like the front legs, lighter towards like the top, and then you go down to the paw, a little bit of like a striping and then darker paws, back legs are dark, white underside, and one thing we're gonna kind of go through as we see these are the eyes. There's some really cool eye design in these, and probably none cooler than the next one here in the top right. This guy's got like a black, white, like raccoon dog vibe going on. One side of the face is white with a blue eye. The other side of the face is black, almost like some fabled galaxy mule deer speckling to it with a brown eye. So two different eye colors on that one. That is really, really sick. Same thing, like two of the paws, this time one hind, one front leg, white with like darker top of the leg, and then the opposite for the other two legs. And I really like that there's no, straight lines or anything. You hear this, there's no straight lines in nature. Everything is just sort of a random pattern there. That one looks really nice. So those are the two that I would say they highlighted the most by having them, up at the top of the graphic. Now, we move into the bottom left here with this kind of like reddish colored wolf. Now, obviously he's got the scars. Well, the most scars. He's not the only one. Big scars on the back leg, big scar across the snout. That is sick, by the way. One on the front leg there. And I wonder, is the red meant to be blood? I'm guessing not. That would be a lot of blood, but I don't know. Really cool looking nonetheless. And those icy blue eyes, I think anyway, those eye colors are the same. The one looks a little bit lighter. Is he blind in that eye? I think that's what it is. I'm like doing this in real time. His left eye is blind, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Man, I love that saber-tooth looking one, but I am changing my mind as I do this. But white fur across like the mane there, and you see the thick manes on these things too. That's gonna be one like definitive standout, I would say, from your common wolf. But black fur, actually some spots on the back, white fur underneath, and then of course like the red that we talked about. I'm pretty sure that's blind in an eye. I've been wanting that for like a predator great one. I think we finally have it. Of course, we'll have to wait to see the variation in-game to get confirmation, but that is what that appears to be. Now, moving on over here, this guy also has some scarring. Big scar kind of like across the face, onto the neck, big scar on the shoulder. Looks like a couple on the front legs. It's almost got a, I don't know, maybe a hyena color pattern to it, but reverse. Some light brown in there, some sort of like white, almost tan, I think. And then, of course, the black fur, white on the ears, a little bit of like tannish on the snout. It almost has a little bit of a Blood Moon Great One Red Fox vibe to it. I like that one. Almost camouflage. Speaking of ones that I really like, though, this one certainly stood out to me, and it stands out for a whole lot of reasons. This, like, gold color one, the only one with a pink nose. The rest of them, every single, actually the black and white one has a little bit of like pink and black on the nose. The rest of them all have a black nose. This one's got a pink nose, but it looks like it's gonna be almost a vibrant gold color. Some like lighter colorations through the face, darker coloration as you kind of go out. Really white in the mane there and down the chest and the front legs. I think that's gonna look really, really cool. There's nothing I can immediately think of to compare it to that's currently in the game, but I don't know, like a form of leucism or something there, especially with that pink nose. I can't wait to see that one, around the community. I think it looks really, really nice. Next up is this one that's got some like silvery tones to it. Again, black like on the lower part of the face, silver and even some brown tones there in the face and up to the ears, back on the neck. I'm trying to see if there's any differences with the manes. Some of them do look a little thicker. Maybe it is just the, you know, the concept art that we're seeing here. But just got like a cool, unique Grey Wolf vibe to this one. He might be the least, like, standout-ish one. I would say he probably is, because as we go over, things really start to stand out. Going to that next one, man, it's almost Halloween. That looks like a dang Grey Wolf in a Halloween costume. What is up with his eyes there? I don't know if it's maybe like icy blue eyes more so, and standing out against the darker fur that surrounds his eyes, almost like raccoon-esque there. Silver on the face, up through the ears, and then like a almost striping as you go back the neck onto the mane there. Black fur, silver fur, black fur, silver fur again. A little bit of a gradient there, it looks like there's some black coming up onto the thicker parts of the mane. That is really sick, and then of course the silver down the legs. He's got a fabled skull, Great One Tar vibe for sure. Really, really cool looking. I wonder about those eyes though, because that thing attacks you, that look kind of creepy. Next up is almost like a sleeper for coolest one in my opinion. Again, icy blue looking eyes, silver face, and then just black fur. Looks like on most of the body. Now, if you look underneath the face of that last one that we looked at, there does appear to be some silver tones at the back end of this one. And again, lighter, like, kind of grayish legs down to the paws. He's just, it looks like an old wolf almost, like kind of gray in the face and all that. I'm curious if that's how it's going to look actually like standing there in the game. But definitely, like, either one of those last two come at you, like, attacking you, especially in the night. I imagine most of us are going to be grinding Grey Wolves in the dark. That would be pretty terrifying coming at you. And again, really want to see that one live in game to see how, like, some of those colors and stuff translate. I could see it being silver. I could also see it almost being, like, like compared to the last one, it almost looks icy blue. I'm imagining it's more silver. I hope it is. And then finally, this one is like a black and white sort of look again, similar to the one in the top right, but this one, I think it's brighter white fur. The top right's almost like an off-white, and then of course black face, white inside of the ears, white in the like first part of the mane there on the neck, and then you've got that same sort of thing we saw a couple wolves back, where it's like a striping, black fur, black fur as you go. White paws on, I think I can see all four of them. Yeah, you can see the his back right paw there behind the other wolf. White paws, black legs, really cool looking wolf. And I'll tell you what, like, I kept on looking today, just in case Expansive Worlds dropped any information. Of course, when it's hint dropping time, you never know what they're going to drop. They dropped this a little bit later and completely caught me off guard, but I'm really excited about that. I had been hoping for Great One Grey Wolves. I didn't even get to talk about that yet. We just dove right into the furs. I'd been hoping for Great One Grey Wolves. Last year in late 2024, they did the polls, which animal should get new antler variations. Of course, Mule Deer won that and got a great one. Grey Wolves won the new fur variations, and that's what I've been hoping. Like, give me a Great One Grey Wolf that's going to attack me out there. Looks like that's what's coming to the game, and I'm really, really hyped about that. So, and just when I sat down to edit, they dropped another image. Same, you know, we get to see all the same fur variations and stuff, but this one includes the fur variation names. So, our saber-tooth looking one in the top left, gonna be the fabled Razorwind. These names are sick, by the way. It's really got a wolf, like, vibe to it. The one with the two different colored eyes, fabled Twin Soul. Suits the eye thing. Next up, we have the fabled Scarborn, of course. By the way, these all say male. So, is there going to be a female Grey One Wolf? Or like, what the heck's that about? That's going to be important to pay attention to. I wonder if there's female variations that they haven't revealed yet. I don't know. I find it interesting that they all say male, or maybe it's just because they can only be male. Anyway, up next is the fabled Battlethorn. So the two with the scars, Scarborn and Battlethorn. Then we have fabled Dawnbreak. That is our kind of golden one with the fake nose that we talked about that I really like. F down here is the fabled Frostbite. He's the one that I said maybe was like the least standout-ish. Almost going to be camouflage, I think, with that fur. Next up, I like perfect for the look that we have here, the fabled Gravehide. Like, you know, the scar or sorry, skull, Great One tar and all that kind of stuff. Just suits the look there and the name. We have the fabled hollow. Maybe that's what's up with his eyes. Almost ghostly. Fabled hollow. That is a ghostly name to it. And then finally, really cool final name, fabled vanguard, for that kind of black and white one in the bottom right. And there were some other images too, so hopefully that made it a little bit easier to see the differences as we go along. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the new Great One, generally? And what do you think of these fur variations? Which one's your favorite? Which one are you going to be trying to get out there? And, extra little side thing, what map are you going to be grinding on? Because I'm not entirely sure where to go. Like, Medved kind of makes some sense. Of course, we're walking around here on Yukon right now. They are on a ski ridge. Where is going to be the best place to grind for those Grey Wolves? And yeah, I don't even... I'm going back through them. I think my favorite is that saber-tooth looking one, but my goodness, the red one is cool. That golden one. The, is it Dichromia, I think? The 2 eye color one in the top right. They did some really unique things with the eyes, and I wouldn't be surprised if those, like the eyes themselves, are even more detailed in the game, because we've seen that with Great Ones before, like different fur variations having different eye colors. It may be even more pronounced. And hey, not going to be too long to wait. Like I said, just 5 days away, the update drops. And I think I know what everybody's going to be doing when that comes out. But just wanted to get that information out there if you guys didn't see it. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.